Solving quadratic equations by completing the squared. If the equation doesn't have the form a squared equals c, the method of completing squared allows us to write an arbitrary quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 in the desired form. The completing the square procedure, starting with rewriting the equation by leaving the x term on one side and the other side is just a constant term. And next, we are looking at the leading coefficient to be 1. So divide all by the coefficient of the x squared term to get x squared plus b over a times x equals negative c over b. And then look for the appropriate third term to make a complete square by using the coefficient of the x and then divided by 2 raised to the second power as the additional term. When we add the term on the left, we do the same on the right. On the left side, the three terms becomes the perfect square form. So we have x plus b over 2a all to the power 2 or in the complete square form, where the right hand side will be in the form of the sum of the two constants, negative c over a and b over 2a quantity squared. And after this step, we can use the taking square root method. For the example, we are going to complete the square to solve this quadratic equation. In part A, we have y squared plus 12y plus 20 equals 0. To complete the square, our variable is y. So we're going to leave these two terms together in one side and move the constant term to the other side. So we're going to subtract both sides by 20. And the next step, since the leading coefficient is already 1, so we do not have to divide all by 1 because it's already the same. So look for the additional term to add both sides to make the left hand side to be in the perfect square form. So we're going to do by dividing 12 by 2, which is 6. And then we're going to raise to the second power. Raise to the second power and add to both sides. So that means we're going to add 6 to the second, both sides of the equation, to get the expression as y squared plus 12y plus 6 squared equals negative 20 plus 6 squared. The three terms on the left-hand side is the perfect square of the form y plus 6 quantity squared. Where the right-hand side, we can simplify the two constants as 6 squared is 36. So 36 minus 20 becomes 16. Now we have the expression on the left as a square term and the quantity on the right-hand side. Next, we're going to take the square root to find the solution. That means y plus 6 equals plus minus square root of 16 or plus minus 4. That gives us y plus 6 equals 4 as one solution, and the other is y plus 6 equals negative 4, and then we solve completely for y by subtracting 6 both sides to get y equals negative 2 for the first solution and y equals negative 10 for the second solution. For the next example, we have 8x squared minus 4x equals 1. We're going to solve this quadratic equation by completing the square technique. The x terms are in one side. Next, we're going to make the leading coefficient to be 1. So we divide all by the value 8. We have x squared minus 4 over 8 times x equals 1 over 8. And that's simplified to be x squared minus 1 over 2 times x equals 1 over 8. The second term coefficient is negative 1 over 2. So we're going to divide it by 2, or negative 1/2 multiplied by 1/2, or negative 1/4. That means we're going to add both sides by the quantity negative 1 over 4 to the second power. Add both sides. That is the same quantity as 1 over 16. Now we have x squared minus 1 over 2 times x plus 1 over 16. So we use different colors. Equals 1 over 8 plus 1 over 16. And then the three terms on the left becomes the complete square, which is x minus 1 over 4 squared, where the right hand side, the two quantities combine to be 3 over 16. And then we're going to use the taking square root method. To get the solution as x minus 1 over 4 equals plus minus square root of 3 over 16, which is the same as plus minus square root 3 divided by square root 16, or plus minus square root 3 over 4. And then finish up the problem by rewriting as x minus 1 over 4 equals square root 3 over 4 to obtain one solution, and the other form is x minus 1 over 4 equals negative square root 3 over 4. And solve for x completely by adding 1 over 4 both sides to get 1 over 4 plus square root 3 over 4 as one solution. And the other is x equals 1 over 4 minus square root 3 over 4 as another solution.